Mental health is a talk of country these days, and to find out what is this buzz all about, we have a very distinguished guest today, Miss Sayanti. She's a well-known counselor in Surat city and have worked with all the leading schools as well. A warm welcome to you, Miss Sayanti.
Thank you so much, Jyoti.
Starting with our conversation today, my first question was like mental health is of prime concern in young India and schools are not untouched. Could you please share your views on this?
Yes, Jyoti, as you're telling that mental health is a prime concern, but it was never, what should I say? It was always a prime concern. The only thing is like it was never highlighted. There might be different issues to it. Lots of stigma was attached to it. And there was also a lack of awareness. What mental health is all about. What is the mental health well-being?
Yeah.
So people, either you can say their ignorance or there was a lack of awareness towards this subject. But, as India is now coming up, it's growing. People are also realizing the importance of mental health. Understood that the way we think, the way we feel, act, or simply the decisions we make in our day-to-day life, our relationship with others, everything is very well connected with our mental health and its well-being. And overall, the way not only the common people, but even the celebrities are coming up. They are sharing their experiences related to their mental health and issues related to it. Various NGOs are working in this field in cities. They are taking their work to the villages also. So an awareness is being created around mental health and well-being. So what I mean to say that people have now started acknowledging that it's the way we get fever and we take the medicines and we become fine. Similarly, it's okay to get depressed. It's okay to get those, anxiety or the panic attacks, but they could be diagnosed, they could be treated. So that people have now started acknowledging it and it's a very normal thing now. Okay. Now, having said that, if I now directly connected with the school, so if the adult world is, they can get affected with the psychological issue, then why not the children? And in the school, the common issues now, they have been very much popularized by the movies, the learning disorders or the ADHD. These things now people know. But, I guess the teachers, the parents, they very well agree with me that technology, okay, now which we consider it as a boon, it has now started creating havoc in the life of the students. It's a known thing now, like the way children are getting addicted towards the gadgets, and slowly the virtual world is becoming their reality.
Correct.
And the reality is becoming a kind of a virtual world. I mean, the positions have been now interchanged.
Yes.
So this is something. This is something that I have noticed in my journey in the field of school counseling. This is a very common thing. And as children are now becoming very self-centered. When I say self-centered, I mean to say it's all about I, me, myself. Now, if you actually go to the depth and ask them that what is the meaning in your life, the purpose of life, or just tell something about your own self, they really have to think because they might not be very well connected with their own self. The entire world is all about the virtual world. So somewhere the today's children, I'm not saying everyone, but majority of them are, lacking that empathy, having the patience, having positive regard towards the others. Okay. So today's children might be very, very intelligent, very smart, But when I have to say about the emotional intelligence, which is very much required to survive in today's competitive world, somewhere they are lacking it. Okay, so these are certain things that I have observed in the children. And also now with the pandemic, Corona has created this pandemic situation. In this also new issues have come up.
Very true.
Children are all locked within the home. Frustration, aggression, all these things have increased. The level has increased. So as you said in the very beginning, even the school is not like untouched. So adults are also affected, and even school children or the children there also, they have been affected.
Yes, I agree with the fact that you have mentioned that the acceptance in the society have grown over the time. Secondly, yes, the emotional quotient is very important, whether it is adult or a child. So, who do you think should be the first point of contact for students when they are going through a mental stress? Because I feel that when we talk about emotional intelligence, then this is a lagging thing, and they are not socializing much.
To answer this question, I won't be able to say in one line, Jyoti, because when a child is going through any kind of mental stress, okay, he or she could be helped by anyone. What I mean to say, it could be anyone. Depending upon the seriousness of the issue, a counselor can come into the picture.
Correct. So this
was the first point? Yeah.
Yes, correct. So how, in your opinion, can a library support a mental health and well-being of student in school?
This is a wonderful question. Okay, and what I should say that now I have worked for nearly 17-18 years in school. Okay, and many cases, and they are really the cases where the intervention of a counselor is required. I have got this kind of cases from the librarians. Okay, and Jyoti, you have also given me yes, and you have also given me many cases. I remember in my Fountainhead days. Okay, so what I mean to say that first of all, library is a place in general. Also, if I say, it's a kind of a community center, right, where the people are coming not only for books, but otherwise also. It's like a place not to chit chat, but where you can go and you can sit down, you can introspect, you can think. And definitely in the school also, on a weekly basis, the children are coming over there. Right. Now, when you are connecting how a librarian can help a child in going through some kind of mental stress, how you can identify. Okay. So as I said, mental stress means what? Mental stress means any kind of events that is taking place in our, internally or externally, in our internal environment or external environment, how we perceive it, that will either lead to anxiety or say sadness, or we might get angry. So everything will be shown on our through our behavioral responses. So first thing that the librarian, how can librarian identify? To become more and more observant. The children are coming on a weekly basis. So somewhere or the other, I know that how each child is like, the nature of the children. So suddenly if I see some kind of changes in the behavioral pattern, how a child is actually, and suddenly there is a change. So I will be able, it should click to me that somewhere something is going wrong. Suppose if I ask you, Jyoti, if you feel a child is little upset on that particular day, what are the things you will observe in that child?
First and foremost, I feel that
what
child
do you think is physiological responses?
He will be like not talking much. He will be on his own, and the emotional thing is that he is upset.
So he might be little on that day he prefers to be little aloof. The
Yes.
total body language will be like, little we might not be interacting much. If a child is very interactive kind of a person, but on that day he prefers to be kept aloof. So these are the certain things, and we can we will be able to realize the changes if we are observant. So similarly, a child can become angry, a child can become irritated. So the child will be little different on that particular day when he or she is going through that mental distress. Now, in the library, not only in India, in abroad also, this practice has started where the mental health professionals, they are coming in the library and they are conducting seminars or the talks. So not only the public, those who are coming over there, they're becoming enlightened, they are becoming more aware, but directly, indirectly, even the librarians who are handling the library, even they are gathering the knowledge. So they are also coming to know about this particular subject. Many librarians, they also undergo the training specifically to find out how will I come to know whether a person or a child is going through any kind of mental distress. Obviously, reading books will also help you. You will come to know a lot about this particular field. You are in the best mode of knowing is through the books. Okay. And another thing that I feel, Jyoti, apart from being observant, that will definitely help you. We need to develop a kind of a rapport with the children. Like, on a weekly basis, they are coming. Now, 5-10 minutes before you could have that library session. If you could engage with the, chit chat session with them. So what happens? A kind of a good bond develops. Whatever hesitance we have in developing a kind of a relationship, it's only while we talk, those things will vanish and the children will become more close to you. So on a particular day, when you feel that the child is not feeling that good, when you approach that child, okay, the child will open up to you. That, man, this is what is happening. And as I am going on saying again and again, most of the issues get resolved only by listening to that person, by not judging that person. Okay? So the person opens up, speaks to you, and then if you feel that, yeah, this needs any kind more help than what I could offer to that person could be then referred to a mental health professional. So being observant, building up a good rapport, attending those training sessions, and in schools also, I think in most of the talks, seminars are being now arranged in the library by attending them. So these are some of the things that will definitely help you. And books are always there. Okay. Now, there are many self-help books. Okay. So if you could encourage the children to read the self-help, I mean, in any library, self-help books will be there. But on a priority basis, if you could, if you could encourage them that, like in a month, at least go through one self-help book. I mean, you could make a rack or so, or if it's a virtual section, let that be on the, the top list. There are many good self-help books which the children could refer. So definitely that will also help. And secondly, providing some self-help videos and then engaging into some kind of conversation. Okay. So not only books, even the videos. And another is, as I said, library is a place, where lots of introspection takes place. I mean, the environment of the library, such it is very therapeutic in nature. I mean, the ambience is such, it's warm and cozy, and if a person is going through some kind of distress, they would prefer to sit down in the library. They become calm and they introspect a lot. Okay, not only for the adults, even for the children also. So keeping this in mind, if the library would encourage the children to maintain emotional journals. It's like any book as such. Okay, there are notebooks as such. When a person is going through a distress, I know today I'm feeling very, suppose I'm feeling very restless, I'm feeling very irritated, but I don't know why. Obviously, there has to be a reason because of which I'm feeling irritated, but we don't try to figure it out. So emotional journal means when I'm jotting down and making myself to think that today why I'm feeling irritated and going to the cause of it. And the moment I know the cause of it, definitely I will take some action to deal with it. Okay. So when I record all these things in my emotional journal, point by point, I go to the actual reason of getting that particular emotion. And why library? Because library is a place where I do all kind of introspection. So even this could be done in the library with the students.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful
So
idea.
I thought I will add these points: books, videos, and emotional journal.
Wonderful ideas, ma'am. These are wonderful ideas.
Thank you, thank you.
In fact, we should really make a note of this and we should implement this in our library.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And I have seen you, Jyoti, the kind of efforts you used to put in a Fountainhead School and the way you used to deal with the students. You always had a very kind of a warm rapport with them. So they used to open up to you. And as I said, library is the place where children will be coming every now and then. So that's the best place where you could observe them. You know?
Thank you, Ms. Sayanti, for your precious time and making an effort to help librarians to take care of mental health and a well-being of students in school. And ma'am, I must tell and share that few points that I have noted is being an empathizer with the student, to listen and listen to them, and to make a very good bond with them will help them in gaining the confidence, and they will interact and they will share their problems with us.
And of course, not to judge them.
Yes.
Non-judgmental.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am.